I am ready. Are you ready?
I am ready. I've never been more ready.
All right, give me a countdown.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Camera time.
Oh, nice! Oh, fuck yeah, I love that.
I'm glad you
It
do.
looks sick. Oh, you got the ropes and everything.
Hell yeah. It looks a lot. Yeah, let me give you. It looks a lot better when I stand up. But,
Yeah.
one
Ah,
thing
shit, I'm jealous of that. That's a good one.
I'm missing. I'm missing some sticks, and also I'm not as shredded as I need to be. I look. It's all chest.
Yeah, but you'll get there. You
uh,
look good.
Here's the best part.
Yeah.
I'm actually blind.
Yeah, you can't see?
Yeah, no, I can't see what you guys look like.
Oh, okay, great.
Love you, bro. Hey, Donald, this is Paul. Hey, if you get a chance, could you give me a call back, please? Love you, bro. I want to talk to you about the house. Thank you. Hey, Donald, this is Paul. Love you, bro. Hey, Donald, this is Paul. Love you, bro.
Are we going?
We are now. Hi, I'm John.
Hi, I'm Trevor, and I think every word that rhymes with baloney should be spelled the same way.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like baloney is spelled it's spelled like Bologna, right?
Yeah.
Bologna.
Oh, so you're saying
like pepperoni should be spelled like pepperagna.
pepperagna. Yeah, no,
Macaragna.
I support that. I support that fully. I mean,
And then, just to take it a step further, I've decided I am going to name my firstborn son Tony. Spelled Togna.
Wait, Tanagala?
Just Togna.
Togna? Yeah,
Togna.
I don't know.
No, that's gonna get a good laugh from like every substitute teacher he ever gets. They're gonna be like Togna. He's gonna be like, "It's Tony." I'm like, what? Oh yeah, I guess it is.
And they're gonna be because they're not gonna think baloney right away. They're immediately gonna start attacking like both the parent's choice and attacking the kid as if he had a choice and be like, What do you mean? Why would you ever spell that? This is ridiculous." And then
No, it would never. I think it would click.
You think so?
I think they'd get it. They'd laugh. They'd have a
Maybe
good
the English
chuckle over
teacher.
it. Maybe the English teacher. No, the average person knows how baloney is spelled and how stupid it is.
I
I feel
guess.
like that's like everyone knows.
Everybody knows
I bet
about
you asked
baloney.
Tristan. You asked Tristan how to spell baloney. He could tell you.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's got some strengths. I don't know how he does on spelling, but I don't know if I could. Let me see if I could spell baloney right now. B-L. Oh. B-O. It's Bologna, right? Yeah, B-L-B-O-L-A-N-G-A.
No, Bologna.
Oh. See, yeah. No, so I'm not gonna drag someone over the coals for not being able to spell baloney, man. That's just
Fair.
baloney.
That is just baloney.
And there's plenty of other meats that you could spend time on. So I got some prompts here. For the Halloween episode, I thought have we ever done a Halloween episode?
I don't think so. We've definitely done Christmas episodes, but I'm not sure if we've done
I think we've
Halloween.
done them like close to Halloween. I think we
Were they
planned to
Halloween
do it
themed?
different. No, I don't think so. We
Okay.
certainly never dressed up before, so that's cool.
That is true. That is, yeah. Are you gonna? People will know. Whoever's watching this has already seen me in my costume,
Oh
right?
yeah,
I assume.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
You and the first appearance of Rose.
Right.
I'm gonna
Silent Bob.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna title the episode that if I can. Rose first appearance, or like in some brackets. So
Hashtag save Rosie the human.
yeah. I wanted to do something. Not really special, but I know I wanted to do something, and I couldn't really think of anything. And I tried to think of something Halloween, but you know me, I dropped the ball. But so what we're
Sure,
gonna
we all
do
do.
is we're gonna go back to the well a little bit, which I know you probably enjoys just as much as I do. Everybody likes being uncomfortable, right? So,
Yeah.
do you want to guess what it is I have out of all the
Are
things we've
we,
done?
or you're gonna make me uncomfortable, or we're gonna make each other or other
No, no,
people
no, no. We're
uncomfortable?
we're we're making ourselves comfortable by reusing old content.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, all right, Trevor, go sprint at random women at night or something.
That's my job.
Damn. No,
Is
I
that
have no
cold?
clue. Is it gonna be like something from our catalog or something
Oh
from
yeah,
like
yeah,
Tell It
that's what I'm
Steve Dave?
saying. No,
Okay,
no, no, no.
okay.
This is one of our bits.
One of our bits.
Yeah. And now that
No,
I'm
no,
making
just hit me
even
with it.
even more of a bit by making you. No, take a guess.
Take a guess. Uh, I'm behind on my caps off lore. I lived that shit. I don't go listen.
All right, I'll spare you.
Uh, all right.
So today, I thought it would be a good idea. I've been thinking lately.
Wait, can I get one guess?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna list off like other fall themed holidays and I have to guess what they are
No.
by their name? Okay, cool.
No, that's a good guess though.
Thanks. That's all I could think of.
If I was lame as fuck.
Wow. Yeah, thanks. All right.
So what we're gonna do is I have made a small list over here. Um, and what these are alternate ideas for podcasts that you and I could be doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we love this one,
Yeah.
right? All
We're
right.
we're leaving the bare beans out of it, I
Oh,
assume.
yes, of course, of course. We're
Good,
we're
good.
not just gonna say the same jokes over and over again. I mean, I have a I have a limit for how much content I'm gonna reuse.
That's good. That's good. I do expect more than that out of you.
Yes. Okay.
Not
Uh,
much more.
you ready for number one?
I'm ready.
Now, what I want you to do is tell me, obviously, your honest thoughts on these. Tell me whether or not you would actually do it, and then tell me whether or not you think somebody should do it, like if it's even a legitimate idea,
Okay. All right.
if you can remember all that.
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
got. Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay, so the first one is called Shot to the Heart. Do you want to take a guess?
Is it Shot to the Heart?
Yeah.
Is it a music themed podcast?
It is not.
It's not music.
Be more.
Oh.
I was gonna say be more literal, but don't. It's not literal at all.
I more specific then?
Yeah, John and
Like not
Trevor
music
stand in
wise.
a
It is.
field and aim at each other's hearts with bows.
Oh, that's a losing battle for you, my friend.
Oh, don't I know it? I can't see anything.
That's true. That's true. You can hear my heartbeat.
I can, yeah.
Are you so it doesn't have anything to it wouldn't have anything to do with like music or bands or anything at all? Songs?
No,
Oh.
it's just a pun.
That there goes my only guess then.
Okay. Well, so
'Cause I
what
was
we're
gonna go Bon Jovi with it.
Yeah, well, I mean that's obviously where I got the name, so I'll give you a point
Sure.
for that.
Thanks.
Trevor's on the board. Um, so what it is you and I, obviously, we sit down, and we have to try to carry a conversation while we have a one of our phones set with an alarm for 2 minutes, every 2 minutes. And every 2 minutes, we take a shot of liquor of some sort, and we keep going until we start to profess our love for each other
Oh,
in some way, shape, or form. You know how people get
that
drunk and they're
happens
just like,
fast.
"I love you, man."
That's my go-to move.
So yeah, it could be short pods, could be fast pods. You never know. Well, with the 2 minute,
Yeah.
like every 2 minutes, like I originally thinking about that sounded generous, but last night, last night was a Halloween party I went to, and that was a perfect test for that podcast. And I think 2 minutes is plenty of time. In fact,
Okay.
it could probably be more time in between shots.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, we could do that. I would love to do that.
All right.
We could like coordinate, obviously, so we'd be drinking the same thing. I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool,
Well,
cool.
I mean, ideally, I thought about it being in person with all of
Oh,
these. Well, actually, not all of these, because one of them is a remote one as well.
okay, cool.
So the next one,
Yeah,
it's called Caps Lock.
caps lock.
Yes.
I'm thinking. I know you can't see me.
No, I was trying to stay perfectly still to see if you think the person watching just like tap their screen a little bit, like what the fuck's going on?
Um, I don't know what that one could be. Caps
Uh,
lock. Obviously not a, has it would have nothing to do with typing, right?
no.
Okay. Yeah, why would it? Duh. All right.
It's the new form of podcast where you read it.
It's
No, that was a joke. That's not actually what it is. It's just
okay. I was about to say we just release book installments.
that would have been funny if that was actually the one I came up with. I kind of like that idea better.
That
Uh,
is kind of fun. Yeah,
no, it
not
actually,
plausible. No one would buy or read that.
especially because like we're not authors. It's just gonna
Yeah,
be we're just gonna do a podcast and then transcribe it onto paper. It'll be
there are
so
people out
jumbled
there
up.
with important things to say, and it's hard enough to get me to read them. You know?
Yeah. No, so actually what it is it's just caps off. Normal caps off. But but we not scream, but just talk really, really loud. Like this the whole time. The
Wow,
entire podcast would be just this. Hi, I'm John. This is Trevor. Welcome to Caps Lock.
I would hate that.
Gets your
I
blood
would
pressure up a little
absolutely
bit,
loathe
doesn't
that.
it?
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be long before I started getting angry just by side effects.
Do you think you would just? I feel like I would just feel goofy after a while and just go back to normal talking, or like
Like, yeah,
catch myself. Like I would constantly accidentally go back to normal talking.
yeah, less goofy for me and more like just tired. Like I would just get tired. It's a lot of energy.
Yeah, I feel like you would also. I mean, I didn't really there when I was doing the example, but I feel like there would come a point where you would lose focus on what you're saying and just
Yeah,
like draw it
no,
out.
probably.
Um, all right, so that's a no. That's a no
That's a
go
no
on
on that
caps
one. I
lock.
don't think that one would. I don't think that
All
one could
right.
work. It's no. Shit. What was the other one called? Uh,
Shot to the heart.
shot to the heart. Yeah, yeah. It's no. It's no. Not that. That was a good one.
All right.
Put that one in the back pocket. That could be a caps off bit.
Yeah. Well, every one of these, I'm cataloging. I got all the old
Perfect.
ones. This is going into the books.
Discard one of the old ones.
No, I mean,
You know which one.
I,
Just toss it
I,
out the window.
what would life be if not uh, with failure and blemishes? You gotta take the good with the bad
All right. Okay.
and even the ugly. Number 3.
Thanks.
Oh, I guess I pointed at you, didn't I?
Yeah, you gestured right toward me.
The good, the bad.
Especially the other. I
Okay,
got
so
this mask on, Trev.
this next one it comes from an old idea for a game that I never flushed out. And the game was called Trevor Have I Ever.
Okay. I'm
And
so on board with this one
but
already.
this one is not Trevor Have I Ever. This one's
Okay.
called Trevor Doesn't Know.
Okay.
You want to take a guess what you don't
Well,
know?
yeah, let me think. Let me use some context clues with this one. I'm gonna really try and make an effort to figure this out. So I assume that's it's a reference. It's once again a song title reference to Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yes,
Your
awesome.
first idea, yeah, shot through the heart.
Shot to the
Shot
heart.
was the key word. Yeah, shot to the heart. Sorry.
Yes.
Was the key word shot. And you almost said literally, but then you took it back.
Yeah.
Right. So thinking in that same context, Trevor doesn't know.
Trevor doesn't know.
You're going to cuck me.
I just
Share
show
a
you.
child with the woman I love.
I just show you clips of me like walking in your bedroom with the camera and just be like, all right, this is his bedroom.
Yeah, you're like
He's down
hitting all
low.
the same spots that he hits in the song
Yeah.
on my birthday. And then we talk about it. Yeah, you make me like live through that and record my expressions real time.
I make you. I make a chart and I make you rate it.
Yeah, 1 to 10. Are you smiley face or sad face right now? Somewhere in between.
Yeah. Not quite tears, but not quite smiling.
What is it? What is?
Okay,
what is
so
Trevor doesn't know.
I see, half the reason this bit works is because I'll throw it out and then you'll give me sometimes an even better explanation for what it is, because I
don't think that one's better. I don't like it.
Well, I did it again. Well, so basically this is I find things that I know about and I know how to do. And I attempt to explain to you how to do these things, which is interesting because I'm not like a genius or anything. I'm not like incredibly skilled, but you got to think out of the cosmos. There's definitely things that you have done and that I haven't done, and that I have done probably somewhat efficiently enough to try to explain to someone. You know, like you've changed the tire, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever
I have changed a tire.
Have you ever changed oil in a car?
No.
Boom, we got it. First episode. I teach you how to change it.
No, I think I'd like to go the rest of my life without ever learning that one. I'm good.
You don't like getting your hands dirty, huh?
No, I don't like messing with cars, and I like messing with cars even less now that I know it bothers you. I'm never gonna fill my own tire pressure. I'm never gonna.
I wouldn't say it bothers me as much as I just find it.
What?
I find it strange.
You lambasted me on the way to Phoenix for like 3 hours. Trevor, why'd you have to stop at Discount to get your tire pressure filled? You can't just do that? You don't just know that? What kind of man are you? You belittled me. You brought me down.
Every gas station has one. Yeah, most of them don't make you pay.
Yeah, but most places will just do it for free. I don't even have to get out of my car. I just roll up and they take care of it, and then I'm done. And I'm on my merry way.
Didn't you have a bike?
No.
You never have a bike growing up?
I wasn't really a bike kid. Like I had one.
Okay, but
that was it.
Did you ever get a flat tire and have to air it up?
I didn't really. I had an air pump in my backyard.
Oh, okay. Was it like a?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so that technically that's taking it one more step further than I am. So that's even more manly, because I'm just getting out and a machine's doing all the work, and you're out there pumping iron like an Acme fucking character.
Yeah, but on a bike. I don't know, man. I just think there's some kind of magic to rolling up to the free tire pressure lane and like horking down a McChicken while they just do their job.
It
seems... grunt at them with a mouthful of food or something. Thanks. Speed off.
I feel
awesome. I feel like a badass.
I might be out of touch for thinking this, but it just seems so privileged. Like everything about it just seems so like what? Why do you think you're so good that you can't air up your own fucking tire?
It's what I want to do.
You got the Isaiah Robles out there
life's about just hanging out,
airing up tires for you.
Well, he's getting paid to do that. I'm helping. I'm moving the economy.
He's getting paid.
Around.
He's getting jacked. It's benefit all around. And you're sitting in the comfort.
It's helping others. I do that because it helps them. It builds character. Gets their bank account a little fluffier. They don't have to deal with some like bullshit nonsense customer because I'm not giving them any grief.
You're an economy man. You're about
exactly.
You're about making
I would
jobs.
argue my way is like better in all aspects, and you're selfish.
So
You
we
don't
should,
care about the people around you.
when you run for office, you're gonna push to remove all the air, all the air compressors from all the gas
Absolutely not.
stations.
No,
No
absolutely
more.
not. Because I want to see who's using that kind of stuff. I want to know who to avoid. I want to know who to toss out. You know,
What,
and
what's
then
the
like
what's the
that's like this.
negative what's the
It's
negative
it's like
connotation that comes along with
it's
using an air
selfish.
pump?
It's selfish.
I do a lot of the, like,
There are people who know how to do that, who are trained, who are like they're good at it.
I
They
know how
love
to
doing
do
that.
it.
Do
What
you
do you mean
love it?
people that know
Is
how
this your
to?
favorite thing? This
Yeah,
is your
I
job?
mean, it fills me with it does give me like fulfillment. Yeah, I like airing
You
out my
can.
own tires. I like working
You're
on
more
my
than
own
welcome to do
vehicles in
mine
general.
then. I'll help you out. You're welcome.
All right. Fuck me. I keep putting that shit in a bad spot. So Trevor doesn't know. Is it a no-go? Is it a go-yo?
Oh,
Where
it could be cool. It could be cool.
it could be
I'd give it a
cool.
maybe. I'd give it a solid maybe.
All
Could
right.
be cool if they were simpler tasks that I could do like on camera. Like you can instruct me as I'm doing it. Try and make it happen.
Okay. This next one I'm gonna do backwards.
Okay. You're gonna
Um,
tell me what? You're gonna tell me that like what it is, and I gotta guess the name.
yeah.
Okay.
So, this one's the remote one. Um, this is no, actually, Shot to the Heart was the first one I came up with. This is the second
Right.
one I came up with, and I did like it because it works for us not being in the same room. So what we would do is we would do this, get on video chat just like this, but we would find a significant place in our area, our town, and like basically use that as our backdrop, and then and tell each other why we chose those places. Um, and it also gives us an excuse to pot outside, which is always fun.
Yeah.
And we get to show each other and obviously all of our viewers places that we find to be like either significant or pretty or stuff like that. But the thing is, we also take when we're there, we have to bring a can of beans, and we crack the beans open, and we eat them
You lost me.
in different places, and so that's why this one's called Where You Bean.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know about. I don't know if I like that one.
Yeah, they're not all winners. They can't be. I know you didn't like Trevor Doesn't Know as much as that one.
I
Or
really liked
yeah,
the one that's like getting shot in your heart. I like that one.
where we shoot each other with bows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no.
So it's a no on the beans then.
It's a big fat no on the beans, not because of my personal history with the Barry Beans podcast, but more so just because it's just poor and lacking in creative integrity, and I think you're better than that. If it was like spam, if we were eating spam, I might be a little bit more on board, or raw meat, but I don't
Okay.
know
Oh,
about
okay. So
beans.
it could be like, look at where I spam.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So we take cans of spam to these locations and then we crack them open. And do
yeah,
we cook the
exactly.
spam or are we just eating
Wham,
it out of the?
spam,
It's
shang-a-lang.
it's raw, just like the beans were raw spam.
Yeah, just like yeah.
The
I guess however you would personally want to prepare it.
with that
I'd
like
share a mean spam recipe.
that nice like Patrick Star looking color,
Yeah,
straight out of the
yeah.
can. When's the last time you had spam?
I've never eaten spam in my
You've
life.
never eaten spam. Okay, so why are you saying that?
Why would I eat sliced processed alien meat?
Because
That's
we're
what it
doing it for a
stands for.
podcast. Would you say
No,
sliced?
exactly.
Sliced.
Sliced processed alien meat.
I think it's
So
supposed to be ham, isn't it? Is it ham? What is spam? Is it like
I
a new
just told
meat? Did they make a new animal?
you. New DLC just dropped.
I mean, it's not. Ham.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah. If
Salty
ham comes
ham.
from a pig, then spam would be like
A
the animal it
spig.
comes from would be like, yeah, spig, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
that almost sound like a slur?
What are all these spigs doing around here?
Hey, you can't call me that.
Spigs on the
I'm
loose?
Mexican. Spigs on the loose?
Ah?
That's pretty good.
Just sipping,
Okay.
just pouring, just getting big old gushes of water out of that well
This
and
is the
just.
best episode of Cats Off because of Spigs on the loose.
Spigs on the loose? It's Halloween, Trevor.
Spigger.
Today is Halloween.
No, that's wrong.
No, today when they're watching this, hopefully.
Ah, well,
Today when it
yeah, when the
drops.
first 5 are watching it.
Yeah, right now. It's Halloween. Do you have Halloween traditions of your own? And is a two-part question. Do you have your own Halloween traditions, and also has your family like had any sort of things it's like this is their Halloween thing?
We as a family, I'm gonna answer that one first because it's a little shorter. No, we just go out, we go trick or treating, do whatever. It's just Halloween. But me personally, yes. In 2014, I went to Disneyland and I got a I went to Disneyland and I got a book, a children's book, little picture book, and it's the original poem of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. So before they made it into a movie, the poem it was based off of, and it's a picture book, and that was freshman year of high school for me, and I read it to my class, and I liked it, and they had fun, so I did it again the next year, and now I've done it every year with a class or work or my friends, whoever I'm just with that year. And I just did it last night at the Halloween party I went to. I told them like, hey, I brought this. It's my own little personal tradition. I like doing it, and everyone has fun when I do it, I think. As far
That's
as I know,
nice. I
I
like
certainly have
that.
a good time.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
yeah, how about you?
Um, Wait, was that your that was both? Is that both
That
your
was me. Yeah, I
you?
answered both. The family answer was no. It's just pretty
Oh,
standard
okay, yeah.
Halloween.
I don't have any personal traditions, but I can definitely say that I've spent most of them drunk, I think. So if that
Oh,
counts,
nice.
yeah.
Most
And
of the Halloweens in your life?
most of them, yeah.
Most
I
meaning
started
more than
around like
half.
5.
Damn.
But also fun thing on my end, I just took my mask off. You can see that.
Yeah.
And I can see you now. And I don't know how long, but you're frozen on my end.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been like that, but
Am I making a handsome face?
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
okay
look
with that.
you look good.
Thanks.
You
I'm so
totally
scared now. I'm gonna see you upload this, and I'm gonna be like in the middle of some dumbass fucking mouth hanging open.
Yeah, I just look racist.
I was about to say like, yeah, you took your mask off. You look a little more clanny now.
Here, let me fix that.
I like it.
Um, let's
Not the Domino's hat.
you peeped that. Let's reset a little bit. Maybe we could fix your face.
All right.
Okay. As far as Halloween traditions, my family has had them though. So we have this weird one, and it's since we were kids, we would get, like most families, we get pumpkins, right? We carve them and stuff. And we
Yeah.
would usually get a couple extra just to put along. Like we wouldn't carve them all because we'd get like 8 or so. A lot of pumpkins. We just like pumpkins everywhere. But then we would get them. I mean, I don't know about you, but the Halloween starts October 1st for me. So we would always, God damn it, you're froze again. We would always, it looks a lot better now. You're doing this. Let me see if I can try to emulate what you're doing. It looks kind of like that.
Cool. I'm still doing that pose, so that's
Oh,
all right.
perfect. All right.
Like I laughed like I just wasn't frozen. I was just doing that.
So
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
when at the end of the month, just past Halloween, we would get we would get to the point where we have all these like rotten pumpkins everywhere, and so my dad, um, I'm not sure where he got the idea, but he liked it so much that we ended up doing it every year following. But he would get really drunk, and you've been to my parents' house. There's like a really long hill that goes. It's pretty steep, and
Yeah,
he would always take the pumpkins that were still for the most part together and not completely like deflated, and he
yeah.
would just roll them down the hill in the middle of the night. And
Oh,
and the funny about the street. It's actually called Main Street. There's a fairly busy street at the
I
end
live
of that
next to a main street.
at the end of that hill.
Yeah.
So where all these pumpkins are coming down, and there's been plenty of instances where the pumpkins just like poof, right into a fucking car. But there's a brick building. There's a brick building at the end, so that's mostly like that's what he was aiming for, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
um, but so that just became the thing year after years. Us kids would always be like, "Are we gonna roll the pumpkin?" Not knowing that it's probably illegal, but very
Oh,
dangerous.
but that's fun as fuck. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
But
no,
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
memory
Like
building right there.
we had that like childlike, like we gotta roll the pumpkins. We do it. Yeah, are we gonna roll the pumpkins? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's even better if you get more points. You hit a car or something.
Oh, nice.
And then
It's funny.
the end of that
Uh,
tradition is also wait for the pumpkin to explode and then just turn around and run into the house as fast as we can.
there's this episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they find like one of the characters like an old camcorder, and it's got footage from one of their Christmases, and they're all opening presents. And at the end of the little video, another family comes into the room and starts yelling at him, and they find out that this character, his childhood was like what his family would do for Christmas was go into somebody else's house and open their presents and essentially rob them. And then when you got caught, you get out and you run. And he's like, "Yeah, everybody did that. You go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
somebody else's house."
I,
And he was
I
like, he thought it
think I
was
remember
normal.
you showing me that.
That shit was funny.
That reminds me,
Um,
there's also a Christmas. Well, I wouldn't say it's Christmas. It's not quite a Christmas tradition that my dad has, but every first snow, um, he gets. God, we got a pattern going on here. He gets really drunk, and then he gets completely naked and just runs around the block of our
I
neighborhood.
think not only have you told me that, I think you've talked about that on Caps Off
Have
before.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love
Um,
that well. I'm deep in the well at this point. Somebody
I
call Lassie.
Nice. I had some costume. I had two costume ideas that I thought would be kind of funny. Um, for Halloween that I didn't end up going with at all. The first I thought would be kind of funny would be like a cop, but like a real like I want to look like a cop. With like the whole gear and everything, and like
Yeah.
a flashlight that I'm shining at people and shit. Like I'm busting the place. Like just stay in character.
I mean,
And that's my Halloween costume. I just look like a fucking like a
you're
narc.
really fit and you got short hair too, and
Yeah.
you carry yourself pretty like professionally too. So I think it'd be pretty convincing.
But I don't have a very mannish face. I feel like I'd like at least a little bit of
Yeah, you need
a little bit more,
some of this stuff.
yeah, some of that. My other costume idea, which I thought would be especially funny, because I feel like I don't see it a whole lot, would be Santa. Why can't I just be Santa Claus for Halloween?
That's a good point. I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
seen anybody just
right?
uh
But I'm dressing up.
To be
It's
fair,
that's the
I've never
point of the
seen
holiday.
I've never seen Santa like on a rack either. Like
Well, that's why you gotta buy it. Buy it in like January. It's cheap.
yeah, I was gonna say you also have to do that because how do you unless you already have a Santa outfit, you can't you yeah, unless you have a lead on a Santa outfit, you practically can't be Santa for Halloween
Right.
because you just
Did
can't
you
find that costume anywhere.
What are some of your favorite costumes you've done for Halloween?
That's a good question.
You're a creative
Uh,
guy. I'm sure you've got some cool ones in the catalog.
I wish I could say I had some more. I'm still building, but the first house that me and Alyssa moved into after our first apartment, we threw a Halloween party, and not that many people came, but um, it was still fun. I got drunk that one, and
Nice.
I I don't think I had a backup costume underneath, but my main costume, which I just ended up taking off after like 20 minutes, was I went with a classic ghost sheet. So
Oh,
another mistakenly
I think that's
racist
so.
looking one, but it had like I had puffy paint like that fabric like real thick fabric stuff, and I
Yeah.
did like two big like black ghost-like eyes. So and then put two little holes in them. So it wasn't it wasn't bad looking or anything. I was definitely a ghost. And then
Well,
I
that's
stole
good. I
from
think I think that probably has come around. Like that's fun again because it's like no one's gonna do that.
you think
Like it's
so?
creative. It's original again because it's
I think
so overdone. No one's gonna do it.
I don't know. I think people were causing a lot of mess about it, like Halloween pandemic,
Mm.
because there was like a TikTok trend where people would like do that with the sheets, and they would like do like family photos with the sheets and shit, and people were like, "This is getting out of hand." Like, I mean, obviously, things like that don't go unnoticed without somebody in the world having a problem with it, but like, I saw maybe I just see certain things, but I saw all kinds of people upset about it, which I think is really fucking stupid. But it just goes to show that not everything's safe. And even if you try to make it innocent, it's like
No, that's fair.
somebody's always going to be there to be like, no, you're definitely a Klansman. um, I don't think I've ever really, like I was saying earlier, I haven't had that many occasions. Like I've been storing this one for years. I haven't
Mm.
had that many. I was in high school when this came out.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Yeah. God, that was so long ago.
yeah. So, I know my favorite, for many years in a row, I went as a kid, I went as Woody from Toy Story,
Yeah.
with like a genuine like yellow shirt with a white vest, and I had a foam Woody hat, and
Yeah.
so I wore the living fuck out of that costume. But I don't really. What about you? I like your Luke and Yoda training on Dagobah one. That one's always a good one.
That one was fun. Yeah, I was always like passively into like cosplay, but I never went to a con, so Halloween was my only chance to do that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, which you did
I
great.
yeah, I have three. I've got three picks that I think are um pretty solid. One of them you're already familiar with, and that's
The Flash.
my assassin costume.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
one
in
was good
seventh
too.
grade.
I love
Yeah,
that
I was
one.
really proud of that one. I made that all myself, except for the boots.
Really?
My mom helped with the boots. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was really proud. I loved Assassin's Creed, and I couldn't pick either Ezio or Altair. They were the two simplest to make, so I was like, I'll just pick the best parts of both.
Hmm.
And I made it, and I took that cool picture by the tree that you used to meme. Uh,
It's awesome.
my number two spot, I don't actually remember, because I was a baby, but my mom would go as Winnie the Pooh. And I've worn that Winnie the Pooh costume before, so has my brother. Now that we've grown into it, but my mom would wear the Winnie the Pooh costume, and I was a honeypot.
Ah,
I
that's
like that one a lot.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to
A-
be Winnie
a-
the Pooh now.
And then my number one, my all time. This was preschool. Preschool, I went as Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, of course. I was 4. This was just
Ah.
after Spider-Man 2 came out. I loved that movie. I had the lunchbox. I adored it. This is no secret. And so I was Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and I remember going to a haunted house. I remember feeling awesome because I had my little mask and all that shit. And then I went to school the next day, and then we were all talking about it, and they were like, "What'd you do for Halloween?" And I was like, I was Spider-Man." And like three other kids that I talked to were like, "I was Spider-Man too, but I was Spider-Man with muscles."
Mm.
And I like they had like the foam padded muscles. Mine didn't have that. I remember thinking back then, I was like, man, I
I'm a fraud.
I I didn't think I was a fraud, but I felt like I was like, well, I don't know. So if you don't have muscles under them, then just don't have muscles. You know, you're cheating.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
cheating. That's not fair. But now it's come full circle because now I've been working out for 3.5 years and I've been doing
yeah.
bodybuilding shows. And now I'm going to get my fucking suit and it's not going to have no foam padding, but I'm still going to be Spider-Man with fucking muscles, dude.
You gotta
God
go
damn it.
find those kids and just be like, "Where's your muscles? Where's your fucking muscles?" Ah!
I still know one of them. His name's BB.
A BB?
I'm on his close friends list on Instagram,
Say,
so you could say we're pretty twit.
you say BB? Like two
Yeah,
B's? Hmm.
BIBI.
Oh, BIBI. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Hmm.
Wouldn't that be a
I
great way to
mentioned
end
this. That would be. Yeah. Do you just want to end it there?
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say this earlier. But you got a little crotchety about it, so I'm just gonna talk about it now. I've kind of been thinking about getting into woodworking, and
Oh yeah,
I think it'd
which
be
strikes me kind of funny is last week you were talking so down on we talked about this exactly last week. We talked about getting into woodworking and you're like, "Yeah, I'd just rather use my time and money on better things."
No, I wasn't talking down. I said no. You are deliberately misconstruing what I said. I remember that
True.
conversation.
It's true.
It was I would love to do that, but I am putting my time like it's lower on the priority list. But I did get an idea that I thought might be kind of cool and would be a perfect vessel to get into that sort of thing. My dad, well, both my parents have a 50th birthday coming up. And my dad taught me how to play chess. And I think it would be awesome to sculpt my own little chess pieces and gift that to him. Maybe put his family crest on it or something. Gift that to him for his 50th birthday. I think that'd be a hell of a
Yeah, that's
gift.
like a really fucking cool gift. Are you kidding me? Wait, he has a
Yeah.
family crest?
Yeah, they're from Scotland.
Oh, okay. Nice. He's got a crest, impenetrable skin, really
Yeah.
likes breakfast. He's got it all, man.
He loves breakfast. Doesn't that seem kind of like protagonist material?
Yeah, it's too bad he's the biggest villain I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's a
Yeah.
great gift. Are you thinking about like hand carving these pieces? I don't
Yeah,
really.
so I wouldn't do anything like super intricate.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty simple like little designs that are like, okay, you can look at and be like, that's clearly a pawn, that's clearly a bishop, a knight, a rook, whatever.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, but by comparison, my mom's 50th birthday comes first, so I know if I have like an out of the park home run gift like that for my dad, I have to do that for my mom as well,
Just get her
because she's gonna be like,
some
what the fuck?
flowers.
I got a text that said happy birthday. That's it. A couple emojis. I need a
Well,
phone call. You flew out to give him this?
and he's your stepdad too. Like that woman,
Yeah.
that woman birthed you.
Yeah.
She just met him.
She just met him. She was like, you were the honey pot. And I'm like, you know what? And I'll cherish that forever. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to play chess.
That's a good idea. I love that.
Yeah.
Alyssa, speaking of taking up things, Alyssa said something funny to me the other day. And if I wasn't 100% sure that she doesn't listen to Caps Off, I would think that she was just saying these things because she listened to the last episode. But she said something the other day about going into stand-up comedy. And it just took me like completely by surprise, like out of left field, because I'm like, what? Since when do you have any interest of anything like that? But she seemed really serious about it, but it just made me think because like last week we were just stroking her fucking and spitting on it and like
Yeah.
cradling the bottom,
Yeah. Well, yeah. We know how
all
to.
about how
We know
funny
how to
she
handle it.
was. Yeah, yeah, all about just what a funny person she was. But she didn't hear that. She didn't like, to my knowledge, she didn't hear it. And she
Right.
definitely didn't watch the episode. So I don't know where she got this boost of confidence. Not that she doesn't like, I think she could do it. But I think she could do it on the level that like I think a lot of people could probably do it, but it's not just something you can just walk up and do. You know, it takes
Right.
preparation and all these other things that I don't even want to get into.
And
But
like so much failure.
yeah, yeah, which she hates. She absolutely despises, by the way. Um, but I said to her, well, here's what you do. Well, I wouldn't say if I were you, because I've also thought about stand-up comedy, but I don't know if I would take my own advice on this. I tend to give advice like that a lot, where I wouldn't take
Hmm.
it myself. But um, I said, here's what you do. You go in and you just give it your all, right? You write some damn good jokes and you get up there and you give it everything you have. But don't walk in without a plan B. You also have a friend go in with a tomato cart with a sign that says 5 cents. Or not 5 cents, $1.
$1. Now you're making bank.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, there's no way a tomato costs near $1. We'll get the bottom
Yeah.
shelf tomatoes, don't worry, because you know what's happening to those tomatoes. You know exactly. And
Oh yeah.
what's
Dude,
funnier
have you ever
than
smelt a rotten tomato?
yes.
It
Ugh.
smells awful. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
death, dude.
Yeah, so I told her I was like, you're either gonna leave funny or you're gonna leave rich, honestly.
Yeah,
I
no
think
downside.
I think it's a win-win.
Oh, I meant to tell you, John. My friend over there thinks you're cute.
Over there. That was probably funnier to me and the audience because you're looking that way on my
Sorry, I didn't hear
screen.
what you said. What'd you say?
I was saying over there, the person over there, because you're
Yeah,
looking
I
that
said
way.
that way, and then I ran and I stood there, and I looked at the camera. So there
Oh,
shouldn't have been any issue.
yeah. Well, if you
Well,
if you
maybe.
don't remember, you're completely frozen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
stuck.
yeah, I totally forgot.
You're stuck in
Well,
the thinker position.
right. To explain, yeah, I pointed and then I went and ran across the room to where I pointed, and then like nodded at you.
I'm so glad we got this a video cast this week,
Yeah.
so that we could share all of that.
Man, yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
I got one more note in here before we wrap this up.
And that's it. That was a D.
Oh.
That was an F sharp.
I don't even remember why I wrote this in here, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But I just have a question. Have you ever thought that you were in love with a teacher at any point throughout your school career?
I've crushed on teachers, but I don't think I've ever thought I
That
was in
counts.
love
That
with a
counts.
teacher. That counts?
Like a heavy crush or just like I'd bang him. You're talking
I've
about
had
dudes,
both.
right?
Sure. Yeah. I've had both. I've had one who I think I only really liked because she had massive bahungalungas,
Mm,
just straight
that'll do her.
milking jungers. And but
Bonkin'
another one,
bazoinkers.
yeah, exactly. No, you're picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm talking about. So no, and then another one, I think I remember crushing on
couple
her,
of
and I was
blazing boulders.
oh, okay, yeah, all right, yeah,
Yeah, couple of
boobs,
milk bags. Big
yeah,
old
that's good.
grocery
remember that one.
sacks. Like a
Big ol',
Walmart, like that dark gray like Walmart sack, and then just
yeah.
pour like
Oh,
a whole gallon of milk in there and just, you know what I
I
mean?
haven't seen one of those in a long time. We do
Yeah.
paper bags up here,
Oh.
and you have to buy them for 5 cents.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll just be what is that, a bindle? I'll just be carrying a bindle from now on
Yeah.
with like a bandana on a stick.
I made one of those the other day at work, expecting it to get a big laugh, and no one fucking thought it was funny.
I almost made one to go with my costume for the Halloween party last night. I was Ralph. I almost did that and then I just didn't. But what a coinkydink.
I would kind of like if in the revamped liver, Ralph had a bindle and he regularly pulled whatever he needed out of the bindle.
That's awesome. Yes.
Just anything they need. He's like, yeah, no, I've been around.
There's got to be like a joke to a point where like I'm pulling out things that could easily bring me out of homelessness. It's like, how are you homeless?
Yeah, I think you should pull out something that's way too like one of those magic tricks that's way
A
too long to
Rolex.
fit in there. Pulling out like one of those massive like tubes.
Yes.
So I had another teacher who was hideous. She looked kind of witchy, kind of goblin-y. And I remember thinking one day, like,
I wish
I
you
don't
were
know, though,
gobbling
she's
on
kinda
these
sweet.
balls.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, she's kind of sweet, and I was like, but she's not. I don't know. I don't know. It was
I don't want to
confusing,
touch her.
but I want to care for her. I want to make sure she's fed, happy, fulfilled.
I want to take
I want
you
her to
away
see the
from all
world.
this.
Take you away from all of this.
Uh.
Fogelson.
Fogelson?
Yeah, doesn't that sound like
That sounds like a hideous woman.
But she'd wear Converse. She'd wear like low top Converse and stand on her tippy toes to hit the projector, and I loved that.
Look at those ankles. Yeah, Mrs. What was her name?
Fogelson. I don't remember her first name. I can't remember her first name for the life of me.
Trying to go from Fogel son to Fogel daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Big old milk sacks.
If I had my way, her last name she'd be Mrs. Valenzuela.
Yeah.
Then I'd know her first name. I think that's it. I think that's probably the extent of my teacher crushes, though. Like aside from just stuff like, oh, she's all right, but yeah, she's a teacher, so whatever. How about you? You had to.
Have you ever seen Matilda?
I have not seen Matilda.
You have not seen
I know
Matilda.
a little bit. Are you gonna talk? What's her name? The Trunchbull?
Oh no, no. I was more referring to like the nice one in the story. So I mean, if you've never seen it, it's God, I don't fucking know that little girl's name. Danny DeVito's daughter. She's not actually Danny DeVito's daughter, but Danny DeVito's in that movie. He plays the dad and the narrator. But she has telekinesis and she has a terrible family that doesn't love her. And I don't know where the telekinesis part really came in. It was an interesting twist on the story. Honestly, I think you could have just written the story the way it is.
What kind of who would win in a fight? Like her, like Matilda, or like 11 from Stranger Things?
I think 11, because 11's
Okay.
like got like interdimensional like powers and not just like I can lift things. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
She can just lift things and move them around and stuff. But she does it with ease. I mean, maybe it would be Matilda because we're thinking about it. Like you see 11 do anything, and she's like nose bleeding, and then after a minute she passes out. But like there's whole scenes in Matilda, like one of my favorite scenes where she's home alone, and she's just using her telekinesis to like play around, basically. Like she's like closing the curtains and she's got like things flying around the room and she's playing, and she flips on the radio with her telekinesis and the music's playing, and yada yada yada. So
that's kind of, I don't know, that sounds like a pretty high power level, because 11 does crazy shit, but she's usually got to focus on like the one thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe she could trash the fuck out of 11 because she does it with she does it so effortlessly.
Real quick, am I still frozen?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm gonna do something about it. It's even funnier too because the way we do this is you're always gonna have a little me, and
Mhm.
oh, and then I just got a Snapchat from you, and
Yeah.
then the
You're
big
gonna think that's
you,
funny.
the big you, and
Frozen.
you're frozen, yeah. So what are you gonna do? I
What are you
fell
gonna
in
do?
love with one teacher.
Okay.
And it's very similar to that. The Matilda lady, her name was Mrs. Honey, and
Mhm.
the end of the story is like she just basically gave Matilda everything she didn't have, like a loving home and family, and someone who wants to spend time with. And that lady also, I think she was like not able to have kids or just didn't have kids or some shit like that. I don't know. The point is, I felt like I only say this because Alyssa brought it up, because I was telling Alyssa this story one time, and she said, "Well, that's your Miss Honey." I'm like, "Holy fuck, I guess it is." But she never adopted me. I wish she did.
Hmm.
Um,
You
but
wish she did. You were
I
in love
wish
with
she.
her. Yeah,
Yes,
I wish she did.
I wish she fucking took me home. I don't care. Uh, but her name was Mrs. Norris, or it was Miss Norris because she was single at the time, and um, yeah, she I was in I I don't want to call it. I think what I'm gonna call it's probably the wrong word. I I want to say remedial English, but
Oh yeah, you've told
I,
me about this.
I was a first grader or a second grader,
Hmm.
so I feel like guided literature. We'll call it that because I think that's what they called it when they put me in that in high school. But it was just me and at first it was two other kids, and then it went down to just me and one other kid, and then that other kid was gone a lot. So sometimes it was just me and this lady. But I don't want to set this. I was a second grader. She didn't do anything inappropriate. She's a very sweet lady.
As far as you remember.
Yeah, so yeah, the human brain can block things out. That is very true. But I don't think there's a
Think on
don't
it tonight.
don't
Tell me
talk
the
about
story tomorrow.
don't talk
No, I'm
about
just
Miss
kidding.
Norris like that. She
Ah,
would never. But
that sounds like Stockholm syndrome.
one of the reasons I always liked her is she had a nameplate on her desk with a cat, like a black Halloween black cat on it.
Hmm.
And she got that because um, she said it reminded her of Harry Potter. You've seen Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
That's such a funny question. You've seen it, heard of it?
Right.
Little thing called wizards. But the guy, the librarian guy, his cat's name is Mrs. Norris. So I always liked that. But she was very nice to me. And she was younger, so like I didn't get that like, 'cause I don't like older teachers. They're all crotchety old women. I've never done well with old people, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so she was younger, and she had just like a very soft voice, and she I think though arguably she never did anything inappropriate, but arguably the closest thing she ever did in that realm was like there was one day where that other kid didn't show up. He was
Hmm.
gone somewhere. It's just me and her. And she was like, "Well, we were gonna, work through this thing, but it just seems, unfair to just make you do it. So we're just gonna try to play like educational games or something." So she had a laptop, and then she just put it in front of me, and I was playing fucking educational games, and then she started like sucking me. I'm just kidding.
Hmm.
She like got out candy bars for me, and I don't want to say she fed them to me, but she opened them for me and then like placed them down, and I would just pick it up and eat it. And then while I was eating one of the candy bars, I remember she just like started petting the back of my head, and
Whoa.
not petting, caressing. And I remember liking that a lot because it was an affection that I felt like I was getting that I didn't get anywhere else. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to
No,
say
it's okay. I understand what you're saying.
uh
What you're
mommy,
saying. Oh,
mommy. She was mommy.
sure.
Is what I'm trying to say. I
What you're
just
saying
it
is
was
bringing up some some memories of my own that I'm like, oh, I hadn't forgot about her.
we got a exclusive. Yeah, no, that's just all it was. And I, finished the year and didn't have her again. And I would see her here and there. And one of the things that really, I don't want to say it got to me. I didn't fucking like tear up or anything, but it touched me. I was like, oh, all right. But I probably already told you this before. I was booling around in the comic shop that used to be downtown here in Burlington
Yeah.
with my friend Carl. Shout out Carl. And we were just sitting there, and then she came in with these two, like a little boy and a little girl, and it took me a minute, and then I recognized her. I was like, holy shit. And then the thing that got me is she immediately recognized me as well. And it's like,
Oh.
I'm 16, 17 now. I don't know how, like, my hair was long back then, and it's short now, and I wear glasses now, and people look different all the time. But she immediately recognized me. It fucking blew me away. But I just got the sense that, like, she just wanted to be a mom a lot,
Yeah.
She just wanted
Yeah.
to be around kids, and she's a real, like, such a sweet, wholesome lady. So I saw her with those kids, and I was like, all right, she got those kids. She ended up getting those kids after all, and it just made me feel good. But then I was like, pet my head. I push her kids
Out of the way,
down.
kid.
Yeah. Start like nuzzling up to her neck and shit.
I have a coworker. She's 19, and she has to like shadow. She has to sit in on classrooms for like her college credits. And so it's like, I remember having classrooms with like, like like people who were in college, women who were in college, like watching the classroom, and they were just there to observe for like the semester or whatever.
Yeah, I remember
And it's so
some of that.
weird now to know someone like that and be like, oh, but you're a kid, you're like 19, you're like me. Those people are still way older than me,
Yeah.
They're not. I'm older now. Well, I'll be 23 in a week. So I'm older now than my financial literacy teacher was my senior year of high school.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's really
Yeah.
weird. It's something I'm sure there's not really anything wrong with it, but something just seems wrong about like
And
having a young teacher like that.
yeah,
Like they just feel
there's
like,
a girl in my
what do you
grade
know?
who is now there's a girl in my grade who, as far as I understand, I think she kind of took my place in my Arizona friend group because she lives
Mhm.
with Isaiah and Olivia, and so
Oh,
like whenever they all hang out, she's the fifth member now. And
nice.
she's a teacher. She's in our grade. She graduated with us, and she's like a fucking fourth grade teacher or something like that. And that's crazy to me. That's insane.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about stuff like that. It makes me feel like I'm living in a big old what are those with the sand? Hourglass.
Oh
A big old
yeah.
hourglass.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Sands of time. I just said something I thought would go along with it. Well, I think that's going to do it for the Caps Off 2022 Halloween Spectacular.
It was scary. It was a scary ride.
Yeah. I
Consider
mean,
me spooked, not in a racist way.
he's like scared, stricken, frozen with
Yeah,
fear, some might say.
I am. Yeah, yeah. I'm.
It might
Exactly.
seem like you're pondering, but you're actually just wetting yourself.
Right. It's the only pose I can hold that doesn't show my teeth chattering.
Yeah. You're actively holding your jaw up, so you're not like constantly just.
Yeah. And my knees are out of frame, so you can't see them shaking
Yeah.
either.
Ooh.
All right, man. I will talk at you later.
Shake my head.
I'm shaking it.
You're gonna.
You can trust
Come
that
on.
I'm shaking it. No, come on.
We don't care if your teeth are chattering, dude. Just shake my hand. Quit playing. Come on.
I've been doing wacky shit this whole time, hoping it unfreezes right as I'm doing it,
I
and
would.
it always doesn't.
It unfreezes. You're just like standing up shirtless, like a turkey, just like
Yeah,
like a frozen turkey.
dick in a pumpkin, pissed in the bong.
We have
All
fun.
right. We have fun. We like to have fun here. All right. See ya.
Next time.
Love you, bro. Hey, down, this is Clark. Hey, if you get a chance, could you give me a call back, please? Love you, bro. I want to talk to you about the house. Hey, down, this is Clark. Love you, bro. Hey, down, this is Clark. Love you, bro.
This.
I have been giving some thought to woodworking. I would love to get into woodworking, carving little shits, little pieces. I think it'd be cool to carve animals.
Frozen again. I don't know what's happening.
Well, just call me Elsa. So
That's good. I'm gonna keep it in.
thanks. Are you wanting to reset again, or you just want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna
call it good?
reset.